I was a patient that didn't want to know everything that was going on. I was fortunate that my mum was actually an oncology nurse, so she knew a lot about dealing with chemo and cancer, and so she sort of ran the show for us. And she used to just tell me what my next block was, and I would focus on that. I was very good at just focusing on what I had to do next. And so I got tested, my family got tested to see if there were matches for a bone marrow match with myself early on, but my regime was originally just going to be chemo and then a maintenance program, and that should have sorted me out. But they got tested anyway because that was the backup plan. If you relapse, you'll have this bone marrow transplant. And so it got to a point, the new study had come out and they said, oh, this age group with this leukemia, if they are not showing 0 signs of leukemia by day 79, I'm not sure if that was the day, but day 79 say, then your chances of relapse increased by 20%. So at that day I was at 0.02, it wasn't 0, and so they said, this new study says that what we're currently doing isn't going to give you the best chance of surviving. But you have a bone marrow match in your sister, they'd found a match. So we're going to give that to you. So then I went and spoke to my bone marrow doctor, my hematologist, and I was very sick that day, very sick. And they had to take me from one hospital to another hospital because I had to have this meeting, and I was lying down and they were explaining it to my parents. And I don't really remember a lot from that, but I remember that my hematologist describing my leukemia as one thing is we were dealing with a pet cat right now, a house cat. That's what we were dealing with, that's what we were fighting. But if the leukemia come back, we were dealing with a tiger. And so it's a lot harder to fight a tiger than it is a house cat. So that's why I was having the bone marrow transplant, because we have the bone marrow there. We're going to give you everything. We're going to chuck everything at it to make sure that we kill this little house cat now so that we don't get that tiger. And so that's why in the back of my mind, that's the way I view it, is that I will be dealing with something that will be very, very hard to beat. And I know how hard it was to beat it the first time.